crazy.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's up, YouTube? So we are live with another sneaker talking series. Today we have AD underscore kicks or sneaks. Sorry, AD underscore sneaks. Let me get that correct. Andy right here, sneaker photographer, sneaker enthusiast, and a middle school teacher. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So you know how we start the live streams. We usually go over some sneaker news, and then we'll get right into the meat and potatoes of the live stream. So let's get to it. Let me close this out really quick. But first, let's get some stuff to get off the agenda. If you aren't following him, make sure to give him a follow. AD underscore sneaks. Make sure to show him some love on his IG as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new here with me. But first piece of sneaker news we have tomorrow dropping June 21st. The Union LA Nike Cortez for a retail of $130. The drop is going to be 11 a.m. PST. Thoughts on it? Initial thoughts? I'm not a Cortez guy whatsoever, so it doesn't matter what the colorway is. And to be honest with you, these colorways are not for me. What are your thoughts on the Union Nike Cortez?
Kind of similar to yours. Like, they look good. I mean, Union doesn't mess around with their collaborations. They usually do a really good job with like materials and color blocking and everything like that. I really like the look of it, but again, Cortez is not my shoe, not for me. I'll pass on those and let someone else grab them who wants them.
Yep, I totally agree with you. I've never been into the Cortez guy. I'm on the East Coast, and I know it's more of a West Coast shoe. The color blocking, obviously, Union always does do everything good. You know, with the Dunks, the Jordan 1s. But this one is just not for me. I'm going to have to pass on this. And as you can see, this page is thinking resale is going to be super low. So they're not thinking that this is going to be a very popular shoe. So that's just their thoughts. Next piece of sneaker news we're going to go over is on the 23rd, we have a Nike Shock Ride 2 dropping with Supreme. We have 4 colorways, an all black one, all red one, a all olive green with a hint of slime electric green, and then a white and red one. What are your thoughts on these? I think they're fire.
I think they're great. Like, you know, Supreme does some different things. So I think it was last year that they had the Air Max 96 collaboration, and you know, a lot of people didn't like those. I liked them. I picked up the silver pair just because they're different, right? And I love how different Supreme does with things. So I might try for those olive ones.
Olive one. My two favorite are the white and the olive ones. That electric green pop is really good, and I just like the white and the red because I like how the Supreme, it looks like a box logo on the shock unit itself. So on the white and red one. So I think they're fire. These are probably going to sell out super quick. Obviously, everything on Supreme sells out super quick. I'm interested to see how much these actually go for because most of the time, you know, with a Nike Shock, they usually don't go for that much, you know, unless it's a hyped up collab like this. But I'm hoping I can get my hands on a pair. If not, resale isn't too expensive.
Right.
Next piece of sneaker news we have is official image, not official image, but a leaked image, I should say, of the orange Lobster Nike SB. So we've seen the red, the purple, I think there's a yellow, a green, and now we're seeing the orange. What are your thoughts on the Nike SB Lobster, the orange, the whole pack in general? What are your thoughts?
I love the pack. I think it's some cool storytelling concepts. Is, you know, never shies away from storytelling when it comes to their collabs, and you know, all their Lobster dunks I think are filthy. Like, they're fantastic.
Yep, and they have packaging too as A1 as well.
Yes, so good. Like the Turdunkins that they did a while ago, and even their Air Maxes that they did earlier this year. Just beautiful packaging. So yes, I hope these things see the light of day, and hopefully they're accessible if they do see the light of day.
I agree because that yellow, I think that's a friends and family one, is going for like $20,000 or something like that. So hopefully we get a wide release of this at your skate shops, maybe Nike sneakers. But all we have is this image by Sold by JC. Sold by JC always has the leaked images, bro. If you need to find out any leaked images, man, make sure to give him a follow. He always has the info. And now the last piece of sneaker news is this could be a possible new colorway of the Travis Jordan 1 Low. I've seen this on a couple different sites. If this is, I think it's a fire colorway. I like the suede on here. I still like the reverse mocha a little bit better, but this one is a good colorway as well. But this is just a rumor. We have no more information about this. What are your thoughts on this possible Travis collabs?
I like, you know, unpopular opinion. I like the Travis lows more than the Travis highs. And the reverse mochas, I think those are the best lows out of all the bunch.
Right
or
here.
not those ones. Sorry, not the reverses. The OG
The
mochas.
OG
So
mochas. Okay.
the OG mochas. Yeah, the reverse mochas are pretty. I just wish the swoosh on it was like, a different color. That sail swoosh just isn't doing it for me on those. But still, fire shoe. Those that shadow colorway that you had up there before, like that one would go hard. Looks really good. Looks really similar to the OG one, with the color blocking and everything like that. So if those come out, yeah, that's going to be one that I will definitely try to scoop up.
Yeah, and I like that if this is an official colorway, I don't know if this is a mock-up or not, but if this is an official Travis Scott collab, I like that he's going away from the brown, trying a different color, gray.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, you can't see my screen, but on the live, I have the OG Travis lows in my hand right now. These are actually my wife's pair. I was able to hit on Travis Scott's site for these for retail for her.
Nice, dude. That's a good score. Yeah, I had to pay resale for my lows, but those were a must for me.
Yes, sir. And it's crazy because this is the small size that was on the site, and I think this was the most limited pair. And I got in right away, and I was able to check out, smooth transaction. And
there you go.
I had to add this to wifey's collection. I was so tempted to get my pair, but I had hit the Travis one, the OG highs on Sneakers app, so I couldn't be greedy. I had to bless wifey as well. So.
Absolutely.
That's funny. All right, well, we got the sneaker news out of the way. Now we get into the meat and potatoes, basically your portion. Just answer some questions. We talk it, chop it up, talking sneakers. That's it. Welcome, Mike, into the stream. Tapping in from the gym. Let's go. Hey, I love to see it, bro, from the gym. That's dedication, bro. That's dedication. That's my boy, always coming through. And he's watching my videos from the gym, bro. The grind doesn't stop. All right, so we are here with AD_Sneaks right here. And we're just going to basically get to know him a little bit better, get to know what started this whole obsession. As you can see behind him, it's a pretty big obsession. So lead it off with that question. What sneaker started this for you?
As a kid, I can date it back when I was young, because I was pretty big into sports, mainly into basketball. And when you're a kid into basketball, you admire the pros and you admire what the pros are wearing. And at the time, definitely admired MJ, and kind of in his twilight years of his career. But pair that got me started back in the day, it's either the 2013 Laney Jordan 5s or the some Jordan 2 lows that I used to play in my senior year of basketball.
Okay, so and the Laney Jordan 5s in 2013, those were the majority blue pair? Because there's an alternate.
No,
there's
the
white.
white ones.
Yeah, the white ones,
yeah,
with the
white ones
with the blue and yellow 23 on the side.
Right, like the pair that I originally saw back then was a pair that came out in 2000, and then they re-retroed them in 2013. I wasn't able to get the pair in 2000 because I didn't know how all of that stuff worked. I grew up in rural Idaho, so sneakers they weren't accessible. And I didn't know how to get anything with it other than looking through East Bay magazines. But so I saw those later, and then I saw they re-released in 2013. I picked them up a few years after that, and that just kind of snowballed the rest of the stuff that you see.
That started it all.
Yeah,
it's funny how the snowball effect kind of happens. For me, it was a pair of Orlando Magic 7s that I got off a kid from my neighborhood. They were pretty beat. He sold them to me for $90. But I just always looked up to his sneaker collection, and basically how I started mine was I would just buy all of his used pairs. Whenever he was done with them, right. Whenever he beat them to the ground, I would save up, $80, $70, $100 from time to time, and just go to his house and be like, yo, what can you sell me for $70? Give me a steal. And that's how mine started, slowly but surely, just buying used, beat up pairs, and then just growing it like that. I see a lot of Jordans. I see a lot of Nikes. Would you say that you are mainly Jordan and Nike? Do you have Yeezys in your collection? How's your collection built up?
So it's mainly, like you said, Jordans and Nikes. I'd say 2 or 3 years ago I was getting pretty big into Yeezy stuff, but I've kind of tapered that off. I've kind of moved some of those pairs out of the collection to bring in some newer pairs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I like Yeezy. It's just I'm not a fan of the 350s anymore. There's too many of them at this point for me.
I agree.
I'm just done with that. But what I do appreciate about Kanye is he's never afraid to push the envelope as far as design goes. Mm-hmm. When was it, last year, a couple years ago with the foam runners? Everyone thought those were whack, but now everybody loves foam runners. Completely new, different silhouette, and that's something that I definitely appreciate about Kanye. But yeah, majority of my collection, Jordans and Nikes. That's just that's just what resonates with me.
Hey, that's the OG. I can see everything right behind you. Mainly OGs. We do have some newer colorways, but that's fire. Let's do a little roll call right here. We got Juan Gu up in the building. Let's get it. Might get fired for tuning in on the clock. Hey, listen, if you're going to be tuning in on the clock, bro, I don't want you to get fired for watching the live stream, so be careful. Be careful. We got BG Kicks in the building. Love the streams. Thank you. Thank you for showing some love. Yes, sir. We got 7 top 7s in the building. Yes, sir. That's why I had Wade's. Okay, so your first pair was Wade's. Listen, Wade with Converse back in like the early 2009, 2010 was fire. Everybody wanted that, and I remember the most distinct Wade was that one with the hole in the middle. I don't know, for some reason that stood out because it was just a weird shoe. That was like when see-through shoes weren't that popular. Obviously, they had the see-through Air Force Ones in the early 2000s, but that kind of died off a little bit. And then he came back with that big ass hole right in the middle of his sneaker. So Waves are fire, but we all started somewhere. BG Kicks, grabbing my popcorn as we speak. Hey, get your popcorn ready because we're going to have a nice conversation here. ACS Sneakers in the building. What's good, broski? All the way over from the UK. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to get into a pretty good question right here. So, God forbid, right? There's a fire in your house, right? God forbid, right? Ooh. You have one sneaker to pick. Which sneaker you're picking, bro? Which sneaker?
I'm grabbing my black toe Unions and running. Like that's what I'm getting.
That's your grail. That's funny.
Yeah, that's the pair. Like I was hunting those down because when they came out, like I was not prepared. I was not ready for the drop whatsoever, and I missed on both of them. And I was hunting them down ever since. And I got both of them last year, and like that was just the most satisfying addition to the collection. So like yeah, if I have time, I grab the Storm Blues and the black toes, but if it was just one, I'd get the black toes and go.
Yeah, I see I'm poking over your shoulder right there. That is, in my opinion, Union's best collab. Obviously, that's their first one, so everybody's going to say that. But I remember I saw that black toe pair when it first dropped. What was it, 2019, 18? I'm getting the years confused. Probably around that time. When it first dropped, I saw that black toe pair going for around $600. I had an opportunity to buy it for $600. And I slept. I remember that. And now you can't get a pair for less than dead stock price, like around $2,500, $3,000. So they shot up in price. How are you feeling with the Jordan 2s? Obviously, 2022, I'm calling the year of the Jordan 2. And I love when Jordan Brand does that. Like, I go back to this year, 2006, which was the year of the Jordan 5, where we saw all those great colors of the Jordan 5s. So Jordan Brand might be doing that this year. The Jordan 2, are you a fan of that model? What's up with that?
Yeah, Jordan 2, so those ones hold a special place for me because back, like I said, my senior year of high school, I wasn't able to ever get like anything hyped, any Jordans, nothing. And I walked into my local small Foot Locker and they had some Jordan 2 lows, the white ones with like the yellow wings logo up there on the tongue.
Okay.
And I got those, and I got a pair of the black mids, and I played basketball in those my senior year. So 2s, like, that hits me, home pretty good because nostalgia. And so all these 2s coming out this year, the Unions, the Alma Maniers, the OG Chicago's coming out later, J Balvin ones, like, all these ones are great. Like, I love 2s. I've loved 2s for a long time. My students at school, every time I wear a pair of 2s, they make fun of me because, they say
bricks.
I'm wearing my bricks and my bowling shoes. That's what they call them.
Hey, listen, I used to wear a pair of Patrick Ewing's when they were retroing all of these older shoes, all like the Reebok Pumps and the Gary Paytons and the Kamikazes and all of these older, 90s basketball. And I wore the New York Knicks colorway Patrick Ewing's to school one day. And I never did that shit again, even though that's one of my favorite shoes in my collection, just because I'm a Knicks fan. And just to have that shoe in my collection, I've always wanted a pair of Ewings. But I never wore that to school ever again because everybody was roasting me, saying I looked like I was an astronaut or something like that. And that shoe is big. And that's when skinny jeans were popping. Yeah, and they were high, and skinny jeans were popping. So I kind of messed up the fit. I wore them with skinny jeans, and I had skinny legs and those Ewings, and it was not the vibe. We got Richard Cotto in the building. Welcome to the stream. If you are new here, hit that sub button. AD holding it down for us teachers. So that's your boy right here. And I'm not going to try to say this name. Fiddle. I don't know. What up? Welcome to the stream. Hit that sub button if you are new here. All right, so we see Jordan 1s, Jordan 3s. I see the Travises down there, and I see some Union stuff, obviously. What would be your favorite collab that you have in your collection, whether that's Travis? You talked about the Union being your favorite sneaker, so we'll exclude that. But Off-White, Travis, Alma Maniere, Fragment.
That's tough just to pick one because, and especially, recently within the last, 3 or 4 years, collaborations have kind of just, that's been the mainstay for sneakers lately is all the collaborations. But, for me, I love Off-White. There's just something, Virgil was able to do with all of the pairs he did. I mean, even some of the pairs that people don't like the upcoming Air Force One mids that are coming out, right? They're unique, right? That's something that I appreciate about it, is the uniqueness about it. And, those pairs, they may not be something that everyone wants right now, but put it down the road a few years and I bet you people will be wanting those pairs. Off-White, this last year, the Blazer lows that came out with that thing, on the back.
The little tail.
People like those. Yeah, I like it. I thought it was great. So I scooped those up and I love it. All of his stuff is just very unique. And I also love that he kind of leaves it open, so if you want to change things on it, you can. And I really like that you can make it individually about you.
Yeah, you can add your own flavor to it. And with those Blazers right there, I know some pairs that actually sat. They weren't too difficult to cop. But it's kind of a contradiction because with Nike Sakai being the sneaker of the year whenever it came out, and it has the same similar tail. So how is the sneaker community gonna say Nike Sakai was the sneaker of that year, and then let these Blazers sit? It's the same aesthetic in a way,
Yeah, I don't understand. What how people determine and vote for sneaker of the year stuff. But for me, it's all individual, right?
Everybody has their own style.
Special to me. Yeah, if it brings me a smile, it makes me happy, then it's special to me. My sneaker of the year won't be someone else's sneaker of the year, and that's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I mean top 10 sneakers of the year when I do my list. Green Bean 5s are going to be on that, and they sat in stores. People call them bricks.
Yep.
Midnight Navy 6s are going to be on there. That's a grail shoe
Classic.
for me. And they sat. Jordans right now are kind of sitting, unless it's an exclusive, a hype collab. But I went to the mall. I saw Playoff 12s, Heritage, Green Beans, Navy 6s. If you are trying to build a sneaker collection right now, build your collection with those core sneakers right there. You don't need a Travis. You don't need a Alma Maniere. No. You don't need a Off-White. Those are all fire sneakers, and I guarantee you 5-7 years down the line, people are going to be like, holy shit, you got Green Bean 5s from 2022? They're going to love it. They're going to love it.
Yep.
Are those Jordan 4 Off-Whites behind you? I don't know. Do you have the Off-White Jordan 4s?
Where are they at? Yeah,
right there. Okay, so I did see those.
Yeah.
I actually have a funny story with that. So Nike actually sent me 2 pairs.
Ooh.
Yeah, and my wife only hit on one. So my wife got exclusive access for women's. It was a women's exclusive access on Nike, and they sent us 2 pairs. But the crazy thing is that they sent her the 7.5, which she ordered. But they also sent her an 11.5, which was my size, which was so weird. I don't know how Nike messed up, but that was a blessing right there.
That's a great mess up. Yeah, that's a happy mistake.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I'm segueing that into, what are some of your biggest retail W's? Is most of your collection resell, or do you have some good retail W's?
I got some good retail W's. I mean, I have forked over a pretty penny for pairs that I missed on, with the resale market. But I did hit on the Travis highs. I hit on those on his website when those dropped, and that's probably my biggest retail dub. Well, take that back. Last year when they did the Fragment highs, and it was the raffle on, there's a bunch of raffles all over the place. I hit on a raffle. I can't remember where it was. It was a charity raffle. I think it was Dark Side or something like that. I hit on their charity raffle and got the Fragment highs last year for retail, and I wore those a few times, but I ended up moving on from those, and that pair ended up getting me the Off-White 4s. So
oh wow, yeah, that's one way. I like to tell people to build sneaker collections. They always ask me, how do you start building a sneaker collection? And I say buy the little shoes and then turn them into bigger shoes. I'm sitting on some Dunks right now. I'm sitting on some Jordan 1 patent breads that are not, I like them, but not for me right now, and trade up. That's the best way to not spend the money. Just keep trading up. Buying used, I love to buy used. Do you have any tips for people trying to build a sneaker collection? How you would probably start off?
I mean, kind of like what you said. Just get what you can get right now, and don't pay resale to start building your collection, because that's resale. Resale's kind of hard to start off that way. If you have like a massive collection, then yeah, you can start like moving pairs around and paying resale for pairs that you missed out on. But for the most part, like you said, like get some of those pairs that are sitting right now. Get some Heritage ones. Get some of those Midnight Navy 6s, and just start building those, wearing those, and just connecting with people and trying to make trades and interact with people. And it takes time doing this sneaker stuff. You're not going to get 100 pairs of hype stuff overnight. Like,
Nope.
you gotta work the game a little bit and be patient.
You got to network, bro. You got to be in the Foot Lockers, be in the Champs. Even if you're not buying nothing, talk to the employees. Get their phone numbers, hook them up, buy them Chick-fil-A. Maybe they'll hold you a pair. I saw that you were customizing your Jordan 1 Heritage. How are they coming out? Do you have them or no? Are they ready or no?
I got them upstairs right now. They're not ready yet. So something I've done a little bit of customizing, nothing crazy. So I use like the Angelus leather paint on it, and something that I forgot to get this time is usually Angelus, when you paint it on, it's pretty shiny. So I forgot to get some of the duller that goes with it to kind of make it look more like the rest of the leather.
Like a matte finish in a way?
Today. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did see those, and I did see you went with the bread toe, because I saw you had like a little pole on your thing. I was pulling for the OG the breads. I was pulling for that one. I saw you went with the bread toes. Both are fire colorways in my opinion.
I was running out of black paint, so I started with the toe box and started going up. I'm like, I'm not gonna have enough paint to do breads, so I kind of called an audible there and went with bread toes.
You went with bread toes, yeah. Both are fire colorways, and that is another way. Like bread toes and bread ones are going for like $800, $900, $1,000. Go buy yourself a pair of Heritage. Go buy yourself some $10 Angelus paint and make your shoe. In my world, that's a custom. We'll get into later on the show, whether fakes, reps, all of that stuff. We'll save that for the end. We kind of end the show with that because it's kind of juicy, controversial. Chat usually defends reps, defends real. It's a big argument, so we save that later for the show. So I'm seeing a lot of variety in the sneakers behind you. If you had to wear one Jordan model for the rest of your life and you get all of the colorways for that Jordan model, which one would that be?
Oh man, that's tough. Because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, you have to think versatility, kind of,
and comfort too.
Yep, and comfort. Yes,
as well.
Exactly.
Like I love my Jordan 1s, but like they're not the most comfortable Jordan. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Ones that fit me the best, like my foot just is so comfortable every time, is probably 4s. And a lot of grails that I have and that I'm hunting are Jordan 4s. So I mean, you can't go wrong with the OG 4s, the breads, the white cements, and the fire reds, and you got your military blues. Like there's so many clean colorways in Jordan 4s. I would probably pick those. Yeah,
hey, that's a good shoe. So we've had Jordan 4s, Jordan 3s, Jordan 1s, and Jordan 11 so far, because I've done a couple of these talk shows kind of, and that's been kind of the sentiment. A lot of Jordan 3s and Jordan 4s. Jordan 4s has some fire OG colorways, and you're speaking about grails. What is like one sneaker, if you had an unlimited amount of money, would you want to add to your collection right now?
Gosh dang, like I would add so many. I can't pick one.
Jordan 6s for life. Yes, sir. I love Jordan 6s. Give me all of them. Yeah, they're fire. I love Jordan 6s.
Probably a Jordan 4 that I would pursue, like top tier, and just because I love the color, the way that it looks. It's probably like those Friends and Family Travis Scott, the purple ones. Okay. Have the red Nike Air on the back with the purple suede. Man, those things are beautiful. I would love to have a pair of those, but yeah, I don't think that one's ever happened in my lifetime.
Hey, never say never. Listen, and that's about $40K, I believe. I think I saw the last resale was around $40K. Sneakers are going crazy. For me, I'm definitely going to choose the Red Octobers. I would choose, it would be hard between the Plats or the Red Octobers, but it would be a Yeezy 2. That would be my grail.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. That's the first sneaker, I kind of like drooled over. Like I've always wanted sneakers, but that sneaker I've always wanted in my collection. And recently I was actually like offered to trade like 5 or 6 pairs for it. I'm
Ooh,
still
wow.
thinking about it, but I'm a little nervous because they wanted, some of my bangers like my Travis's, my off-white
Yeah.
UNC ones, and I don't know if I want to give those up for that pair just yet. So I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And those too, like it's tough because those things are getting up there in age, so that midsole crumbling, that's definitely a possibility too.
Yeah, no, I've had tons of shoes crumbled on me. I've had like DMP sixes,
Yeah.
crumble on me. I've had some eights crumble on me, just from age, and it's
Yeah.
it's sad when you open the box and it's just disintegration everywhere,
No. Yeah.
How long have you been collecting sneakers? Would you say that you've been like hardcore collecting sneakers?
Hardcore collecting probably 5 years
5 years.
at this point. So still, I mean, pretty fresh with things. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, growing up, I always had a love for them. I always knew what pairs were what, when pairs were coming out and stuff like that. I just never had the money to even start. So once I started getting a little bit more money, then it just kept going.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go over some of your Nike. I see Air Maxes right there. I see Air Max 1s. I see the Pata, right? I think, yeah, that's the Pata collection right there. I see the Heavy. What were they calling that pack? The Mellow, Heavy, and there was one more.
Far out.
Far
Yeah.
out. Out of those three, which one is your favorite out of those the pack?
For me, I would have to say it's the Heavy, and I think it's just because of the pair that I got. Because like the pair that I got, because you know how the denim on it's like different for each pair.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the denim on the Heavy is really dark, and I didn't like that as much. The denim on my Heavy pair was really light. It was like bleached white, and it looks really good that way. And I've been very tempted to try to do my hand at bleaching the Far Out pair. I saw someone post a picture of it on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I was like, ooh, that's tempting to try to do that because the colors on the Far Out are probably my favorite.
Yeah, I could definitely agree about that. The 4 out is my favorite out of that pack. I like the colors on them, and that has the purple bandana print wrapping around the back, right? I think that's
yeah.
fire. Concepts does not miss, bro. Concepts is always
No.
is always on it. So how many sneakers would you say is in your collection?
That is a great question.
Yeah. Do you have a rough
I get
estimate? Have you ever counted?
I counted I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, and it was over 100. But things have moved in and out since then, so I don't know. I just keep that number in my mind, so I don't tell myself that I get any more than that.
Yeah. Right now, my wife and I we have a rule: one in, one out, because it's getting out of
Yeah.
hand. I mean, to most people, having 20, 30 pairs is out of hand. Right now, I'm about 60, 70, but you're almost at 100. So I can't
Yeah.
imagine that. Collecting sneakers when I was in high school selling candy. I never imagined having a sneaker collection like this. It was always just I got the Air Force Ones, I got the shell toes. Maybe I got a Jordan here or there. I was getting Jordan Fusions at the time because Jordan Fusions
Yep,
was
I remember
popular.
those.
Yeah, right, Jordan Fusions. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was an error. I had the Jordan Fusion 20s, and I think I have the Jordan Fusion 6s, and that was another shoe. Being a young sneakerhead, I got roasted for that. In my
Yep,
school,
yep.
they're like, "Yo, what do you have on your feet right now? Fusions?" Because back then, that's how bootleg sneakers looked. That was
Yeah,
the original
no, exactly.
bootleg. Combining an Air Force One sole with a Jordan was not accepted back then. So sometimes you got to learn the hard way. Sometimes you got to get bullied a little bit. But speaking of that, not bullying, but you are a teacher. How
Yes.
does your students react to you having sneakers? Are they always actually to flick up? What's their reactions?
So for the most part, most of them it's kind of funny because the beginning of the school year comes in, kids are all nervous. They don't know me, I don't know them, but they come in and they're you just see them look down, and some kids' eyes light up, and you're just okay, I know that kid knows a little bit about shoes. But as you start warming up to them, they're always oh, Mr. Dutton, you're wearing those today. Those are sick. And I always love to hear kids' opinions on shoes too, because recently I started getting a lot of people started getting into New Balance a little bit.
Yep.
And when I've worn my New Balances to school, kids are always like, ugh, what are those? Dutton, your grill skills better be top tier if you're wearing those things.
Yeah, right. That's the grilling and the cutting the grass show.
Yep, that's what they always say.
Have you ever had a kid that's a big sneakerhead? You guys go head to head. You guys challenge each other to sneaker battles in a way.
I haven't had anyone that's like, like go head to head or anything like that. But like, there's some kids that like bring, like they got some fire, and it's always funny too, because like at my school I'm known for like my sneaker stuff, so I'll have kids come running into my room that like I don't even have as a student. They're like, hey Dutton, like look what I hit on Sneakers app, or like I just got these in. What do you think of them? So it's like I love building that rapport with kids through sneakers.
No, that's fire. In my high school, we didn't really have any sneaker like teachers that wore like fire sneakers like that. But speaking of New Balances, we had a lot of teachers that wore New Balances. And New Balances at wave right now. I don't know. I've had New Balances in my collection in the past. Really, just the 574s, which was like the traditional New Balance that like most sneakerheads had in their collection. But New Balance is on their game with their collabs, their materials.
Yes.
My opinion, I think they are second in the game behind. I put Nike and Jordan together, even though they're separate.
Yep.
But right behind that is New Balance. What are your thoughts on all the New Balance collabs, colorways, models, all of it?
I feel the same way, and I think they're doing it smart. Like, I mean, New Balance has been around for a while, and they've always kind of had like, with some of their models, they've always had like that premium price point. Before they started getting real heavy into the collaborations and stuff. I mean, they always did pairs with like Kith and things like that back in the day, but bringing in some new talent. You got Teddy Saints, you got Salehi Bembury, you got Joe Freshgoods, signing athletes like Kawhi Leonard and like Zach LaVine and all these people. Like it's, they're not messing around, and I like what I'm seeing from New Balance. They're comfortable, and materials, like you said, and design aspects, everything's just on point with New Balance right now.
Yeah, New Balance has always been known to be cozy, and to add, the flavor, the style of, the Salehi Bemburys on the 2002R. The materials on there is crazy. Joe's Fresh Goods, all of the stuff that he's doing with that 960 or 96.
Yeah, 9060.
9060, yes, there we go. That weird midsole, that chunky midsole. Do you have that pair or no?
Yeah, I got that pair. I'll grab it real quick. I love that.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
So I didn't get the. There's two colorways. So when he dropped them on his Instagram account, like I picked up the blue ones. So
wow, look at that.
This is the only one I was able to get. I wasn't able to get the other ones, but I have my eye on some low offers on the other colorway, because I mean these are beautiful. I love these.
And it has a quilted sock lining. Is that what I feel?
Yeah. So it's got a quilted sock liner in there, and they got the hairy suede, and then they got the more low pile suede. And big mesh. I mean, it's beautiful, and I really like the back, like
the way it looks.
Plastic piece right here. Yeah, it's just so like chunky, like right. Like I love the chunkiness of this shoe. Like I never thought like, these kind of remind me a little bit of like a Yeezy 500, like the bottom.
Oh, 100%.
But it just works. Like these just work really well. I love these.
And right now, looking at it, just an observation, just looking at it, it kind of looks like you stepped in a big fat piece of gum and it wrapped around the normal shoe. Yes. Like you see the midsole looks like it could be the outsole basically, and you just stepped in a fat piece of gum and it just overtook the shoe. No, I love it. That's fire. I love when they add a quilted sock lining. I don't know, for some reason I'm a sucker for that. The Alma Maniere Jordan 3 or in the ones. Does the 2s have the quilted sock lining as well?
2s have it too. Yeah, the 2s have the quilted sock lining. I love it
when they add that designer touch to it. That's why
it's so good.
For the Off-White 4s, like for that to be a Jordan brand shoe, the leather on there, it just feels and looks like a handmade shoe in like Italy. That's when I first got the pair. That's all I kept saying was like, this looks like an Italian shoe. Looks like a designer shoe, and I love that shoe. But with the 960, that is a big, chunky sole, and Kanye has been doing that recently, on the 500s, and just doing different stuff with his sneakers. The foam runners. Do you own a pair of foam runners?
I don't own any foam runners. I have never hit on a pair of foam runners. I'm not about to pay resale for them either. I swear I have worse luck on the Confirmed app than I do on the Sneakers app.
Oh my God, I agree with you. I think I took one W on the Confirmed app and probably entered about 50 or 60 different times.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Confirmed
app. The only time I got
bugging.
on it, I was helping out a friend with I think it was a pair of 700 V3s, like the Sailflower, the yellowish color one.
Okay.
And that was the only time I hit, and that's it. That's all I've hit on Confirmed.
Yeah, that Confirmed app and Yeezy Supply, for some reason, I never get through on Yeezy Supply. I just sit in the waiting room for hours and hours and hours waiting to see sold out. That's what I'm doing at this point. Foam runners, I just recently hit on a pair. I should say my wife hit on a pair of foam runners, the Onyx pair. And it's fire. I have... Nice. For foam runners, I haven't paid resale, but I have traded. I've traded Panda Dunks for a pair, and I traded Red Thunder 4s for a pair as well. So, I mean,
there you go.
You know,
how do you like them?
I love them. I love them. That's my everyday shoe. I recently made a video of my top 5 favorite sneakers in my collection at the moment, and that was in it. And it's surprising because it beat out a lot of shoes that I've had for a while. You know, like I just recently got that pair, 6 months ago, and it's in my top 5 already. Just because the comfort, right? It's comfy, foam. You're walking on foam. The easiness to wear, you just throw it on. It's kind of like a Croc. You just slip them on. It's right by the door, and just the conversational piece behind it. Whether it's good or bad, people are looking at my feet. Whether they think it's ugly or they think they're cool. They're talking about my sneaker, like sometimes I say any publicity is good publicity, because if they're talking about your sneakers, you're dodoing something right? And as a sneakerhead, that's all we want is people to look at our sneakers and break their necks as we walk by, like, yo, what's on feet right now? That's funny. Yo, I have a question. When you order shoes from Goat, oh, sorry, I'm reading chat. My bad.
No, you're
good. When you order shoes from Goat, does it take a long time to ship to you? Is it supposed to be long? I mean, not really. I mean, do you usually use these secondary platforms to buy, or do you pay like resale from like your local stores?
So I usually use the secondary platforms like eBay and Goat. I've had some pairs take forever from Goat because the seller takes forever to ship, but like it shouldn't take longer than like 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, you see, and I know Logan S has been coming in the stream the past week or so, asking similar questions like, "Yo, what's up with Goat?" Yeah, I gave it 10 days. I think 10 days is more than enough. Especially he said that he got the notification that they arrived at the facility. So
yeah, I mean, reach out to him if you have to. Like, say, "What's up with my shoe?"
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, because it usually takes 3 days to get to the facility. I give him about 2 or 3 days to legit check them, and then 2 or 3 days to get to your house. So what's that? That's like 9 days. So you should definitely have your pair by now. I hate StockX. Wow, thanks. We just got a comment. I hate StockX. Listen, StockX is good and bad. All these platforms have their good and bad. StockX right now for me is a market guide. That's what I use it as.
Yeah.
It's a market guide. You just basically go on there. Let me check StockX.
Yep, I look at prices just to see where they're at. And the only thing I don't like about StockX is like you look at the price, you're like, oh, that's not bad. You go to buy it, and it's like tax, fees, shipping. It's like, oh my gosh, that's an extra like $90. Like, what is going on? Yeah,
and StockX hits you twice because when you hit like add to cart, it gives you like the fees or whatever and the taxes, and then for some reason it's like $20 more once you hit like buy now. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, they got to fix that. A little more transparency there.
That's so funny. Oh, I know why he hates StockX, because every time he buys a pair off of StockX, they come back fake or they come back missing. That's why. I remember he was telling me about that. Okay, so I agree. You have some animosity towards StockX. We have a question for you, Lane, right here. Hey, AD, what's the best budget camera to use for beginners? That's actually a question I was going to ask you as well, because I know you take the fire photos. So right here, the floor is yours.
Best budget camera to use for photos. I mean, my motto's always been the best camera is the one that you already have. I mean, everybody has a phone, and if you don't have a phone, like, that's a great camera to start with. Because the biggest part about getting started with photography is just like getting your composition, the way things are laid out in the photo, and you can do that with your Android, your iPhone, and find some editing apps and get that good. But if you want to step it up a little bit further and get like a small camera to start with, I'm a Sony guy. I shoot with Sony. Camera that I started with was a Sony A6000. Great camera, small, compact. You can interchange your lenses on it and everything like that, and it's a pretty good price point. I haven't seen what they're going for recently, but that was a great camera that I started out on.
So you heard it right there, A6000 series, right? I know there's a 6400 and different ones, but Sony A. And right now I use a Canon M50. I'm still on the beginner level. I basically Googled, I Googled best camera for vlogging and videos and for a budget, and that came up. I believe the M50 is around $450 to $500 with the kit lens. And I mean, I like it. I use that. I definitely want to step up my camera game. I'm looking at the Sony A7 IIIs and A7 IVs, but that's like $2,000. So I'm waiting a little bit. Hopefully, start getting some YouTube checks in, and I can start reinvesting into the channel. Basically,
that's right. We got to people, you got to subscribe and follow this man.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the shout out. Oh damn, I had a good ass question too, and I just forgot it. Oh my god. But what started you with photography? We'll go there, and hopefully I'll remember it.
Yeah. So photography, kind of, we'll go back all the way to my childhood. Like my dad was really big into photography, growing up as a kid. So everywhere we went, like family trips or just around the house, he'd always have his camera out taking pictures. Got to the point where it was like mildly annoying as a kid that he had it out all the time. But that's where I first started messing around with his camera and figuring that out. And then didn't really do anything with it, as a kid or in high school, nothing. And then I got into college and then took a class. It was like an introduction to media, video and graphic design and Photoshop and photography. And I really liked the photography unit. Mm-hmm. And just from that's when I got my Sony A6000 and then just started taking pictures of my family, my kids, and then going places like hiking and being outside doing landscape stuff. And then it just my love for photography kind of snowballed into sneakers, because as I was getting all these shoes in, I wanted to document each one of them, because before I had these shelves and stuff behind me, they were just the boxes that were just stacked up. I knew what they all were, but I wanted to take a picture of each one and put it on the box so I could see the shoe, and kind of get a look at it that way. And so that's kind of where it started. Yeah, you do. I mean,
you're oh, I got this.
Shoe, but you want to see it. You're like, oh yeah, that shoe, that color. Okay, I can match it with this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it started, and then from there, I was just okay, that's great. I got all these pictures of my shoes, but now I want to get pictures of ooh, if I have a good fit that I put together with it, I want to take a picture so that I can remember what that's like for next time. And then it just kind of went from there, and now I love being able to use my camera. I use it every single day, taking pictures, because it's satisfying to me to capture what my favorite details of a sneaker are, and just kind of share that with everybody.
No, yeah, and I know that's what drawed me to your profile was all the photos, all the sneakers. I originally found you on TikTok, I think. Then I went over to your Instagram, and I was like, damn, this guy has even better stuff on his IG. I was like, oh my god, one day I want to be able to take photos like that. It was crazy. I love the photos and the way, the angles you get them. Sometimes you're hanging them by the laces, it kind of looks or they're falling. They're fire. Yeah, I actually do remember what I was going to talk about was the first part that you said. The best camera you have is the best camera to start with is the one that you have. And basically, that's such a good thing to live by, because sometimes people say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I need the equipment. If I want to start streaming, but I want to have the best computer, I want to have this. But no, sometimes you just got to start it. Like with my YouTube channel, I thought about doing a YouTube channel for years, trying to figure out how to do it, try to talk to people, try to say, give me advice, let me read this book, let me do that. And I wound up spending 2 years doing nothing besides learning about YouTube and not putting out any videos. And then finally some guy was just just do it. That's my advice. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Just do it. And then from that day on, I just did it. And that's a great piece of advice, to live by. You just got to do it sometimes.
You do. And I mean, because the skill is going to come with whatever equipment that you have, right? You're going to learn things about the whole process, whether it be YouTube, whether it be photography, whatever. Just learn the skills with what you have, and then those skills are going to stay with you, and those skills are going to grow. And as your skills grow, then you'll understand a little bit more about the equipment, and then you might want to pursue some different equipment to do what you want.
No, yeah, that's great advice. Listen, we got 12 viewers in the building. I appreciate everybody in the stream right now. If you are new here, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Let's run it up. Let's read some of these comments. Goat used to only charge $10 for fees. Yes, and they didn't charge.
I remember.
Did they not charge tax either? I believe it was something like that.
I think it was free shipping or something. It was
free shipping. Yeah.
No tax. I can't remember, but they were when they first started, they were
the best. Yeah, they were the best. It was literally you looked at the buy now and just added $10, and you were for sure always just gonna get them.
Yep.
What do you guys think about the Zeta Kick situation? Is that the guy that was charging pre-orders? Is that what he's talking about?
The pre-order guy that FBI is investigating now.
Yeah, he walked away with $1 million or something like that. He said in pre-orders. How do you start a pre-order business like that, bro? To get $1 million and then just run. I'm scared sometimes when you do stuff like that. When people ask you to do filler spots and proxies and stuff like that. Because I don't want to lose my $200, $300. I'd rather pay the resale.
Exactly, and I have a little bit of experience with him. Like I did one pair through him. I did the Cool Gray 11s, and I actually got them. So
Okay.
like it wasn't like a scam or anything like that, and they were legit because I ended up hitting on the pair later, like on sneakers, and then sold the pair that he gave me. So they checked out and everything. But yeah, like I think he was he was releasing like pairs like way far out. Like he already had before he went down. Like he was releasing like pre-orders for the holiday Jordan 11, whatever it was, before anybody even knew what it was. He was already offering pre-orders
Yeah,
for
the
it.
cherry
It's like,
joints.
yeah, and I was like, bro, like you don't even know what those are. Like, how are you offering all these pre-orders for it? And then you'd have like discount codes too, so you could get them for under retail. And it's like, yeah, like that just kind of sounded too good to be true, and obviously it was.
Yeah, I got with a pair of yellow toes. I ordered them and been crossing my fingers since. But now I know he's a fraud.
Yep.
115,000 followers, hella references. That's how he got me, lol.
Yep, that's how
Damn.
he got me too. And I mean, at least I'm not one of
Damn.
those people that's out like millions of dollars, because you get some of these like big resellers that were trying to do pre-orders for him, and
Hmm.
they're out like 20,000 pairs from this guy.
Wow. Speaking of reselling, how do you feel about resellers? How do you feel about Benjamin Kicks walking away with 2,000 pairs of Union Jordan 2s or Marcus Jordan out there? I don't.
Oh man.
Marcus Jordan. Me and Marcus Jordan have a beef. He doesn't know this yet, but I have a beef with Marcus Jordan, and he's a backdooring loser. That's what we're gonna keep it clean. He's a backdooring loser, in my opinion. Sorry, Nike. If Nike's watching or Jumpman's watching, just about to sign me to a contract, I don't care. Marcus Jordan is a backdooring loser, bro. What are your thoughts on backdooring resellers? All of it.
It's the nature of the business now, and it
Yeah.
sucks. It does, because like people, like the casual consumer, wants a chance to be able to get a pair for retail,
Hmm.
which everybody does, and I understand that, and I'm with them. And so it is frustrating when you see like Benjamin Kicks like flexing all these pairs on his Instagram account and stuff like that. It's like, like that just pisses me off. So like resellers that like, it seems like, and I'm not trying to bash anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I got love for everyone in the sneaker game,
Of
but
course.
resellers who, like, I just feel like they're more interested in the money than they are in the shoe, right?
Yeah.
Like the shoe is just a means to get their money, and it's like, just let me get the shoe because I actually want the shoe for retail.
Hmm.
And there's other ways to make your money. Like, go do something else.
Yeah, exactly. Go sell. But I mean, that's with any market. I mean, PS5s, people are buying them just to resell them. Sports cards, which just recently, came back. They're reselling sports cards. Listen, this is sad to say, but I saw on eBay people are reselling baby formula, and that is,
Yeah,
if you're
dude.
doing
Oh my
that,
gosh.
dude, like, yo, what is going on with you, bro? That's
That was like all
crazy.
the stuff during the pandemic, like when people were trying to
Toilet
resell like hand
paper.
sanitizer and toilet
Oh my
paper. Yeah, I was
god.
like, what are you doing? Like sneakers, that's a commodity, but like toilet paper, like that's a necessity here in America. I mean, like, come on, like you can't be
Yeah.
robbing people short of their toilet paper.
It's crazy. I'm cool with a lot of the management at Trophy Room. A lot of them are genuine, but I've definitely seen guys skip the line to get trophy. Yeah, of course. It's in the steer game. It's a lot about who you know and not what you know. I mean,
Exactly.
obviously, I can know every single Nike Jordan that ever dropped, whatever, every sneaker that came out, and that doesn't mean I'm going to get any pairs. You got to build these connections, and I mean, I'm talking shit about resellers or people that jump the line. But if I got an opportunity to sell some pairs or jump the line, I'm gonna jump the line. Like, if Marcus Jordan's
Yeah,
like, yo,
I mean,
come to the front, I'm gonna be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna go to the front. So it's a love hate relationship. So not putting anybody down. Because it's all about love around here.
yeah, and that's it's the same. Like, if I could jump a line and get a pair of shoes for me, absolutely, I would for sure. But I think it goes like to that next level when you see people posting pictures of like 40, 50 pairs of the same shoe. It's just like, come on,
Yeah,
right? Like,
Benjamin
yeah,
Kicks has a throne.
maybe get it. Yeah, maybe get a pair for you, and then a couple pairs to like flip, and then you get your pair for free essentially after all that. Like,
Yep.
cool, that's fine. Like, get a little hustle on. But yeah, man, like big time like reselling where you're selling thousands, hundreds of shoes like that bugs me.
Yeah, just like that one kid that was like the CEO's son.
Oh
Even
yeah,
though
yep.
supposedly she wasn't getting him pairs or whatever, but it's still a bad look, to be the CEO or whatever, vice president or whatever, and your kid is, a reseller. I'm a little late to the party, but can you guys talk about the brick and mortar stores backdooring? That's so funny. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Yeah, I know Foot
Yep.
Locker. Foot Locker's been doing it for years. Champs. we're talking about Marcus Jordan and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, usually you give the Foot Locker guy, you know, $20, $30 on top, maybe 50, you know, if you really want the shoe. And most of the time, you know, they hold it for you. Unless you get some friends, you know. I definitely have some friends at some Foot Lockers that definitely hold me my size 11 pair. So I appreciate all you guys out there holding me pairs. So I'm part of it. Let's see. What else is chat? Without being told they can't do that. I'm a loss with that comment. NFT kicks, the future, or is ridiculous? The future or ridiculous? So right now, crypto is all down. RIP to all the crypto investors that invested, you know, their life savings, or they went all in to the moon. So RIP. Obviously, there's still some money, you know, early crypto buyers that were buying Bitcoin for, you know, hundreds of dollars, and it's still, you know, up there. But NFT for kicks. Now, I'm not too savvy in the space. All I know is StockX is being sued by Nike, and StockX, their NFT was, if you buy the NFT, you get to exchange it for the sneaker. What are your thoughts? Is it the future or is it ridiculous?
You know, I think it's too early to tell. You know, I mean, anytime something new comes along, everybody thinks it's the future. So I haven't personally like bought anything like that because, you know, it's just you know, I want my tangible physical shoe in my hands and on my feet because that's how I enjoy them.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, even with like, you know, like Fortnite or like Call of Duty, when you buy skins for your avatar, so I'm okay with that. You know, like digital assets. You know, like collecting cards. Like, what's the point of having a Ken Griffey rookie card in hand if you can have it on your wallet? I mean, obviously you can show it off, but it's saying like right now, like everybody flexes on internet. So if you posted that Ken Griffey NFT on your IG, is almost like having it in hand. I don't know.
Pretty much. No, I understand it.
Yeah, we gotta see.
I totally get that too. Yeah.
I've seen it right in front of me where someone was in line and the employee literally everyone gets a pair that paid. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes if you know the manager at stores, you get special treatment. They hold the pair. I've called stores and asked if they have leftover pairs, and they told me no.
Yep.
But then I go inside the store, and they have leftover pairs, so what's up?
I know. Like, it's who you know. It's who you know.
It's like sometimes they're guardians of the sneaker realm. Like, they decide who gets the shoe.
It's like, why? Like, don't do that. Like, because I think it was my my Fire Red 4s. Like, I hit on those, like, on the Foot Locker app, so I go to the store to, like, pick them up and everything like that. They're like, oh, they're all gone. I was like, no, they're not. Like, it just said that I got this, and I'm here like 20 minutes after the store opens. So like, give me my pair. And they're like, oh no, they're all gone. I'm like, go back and check, please. And then they went back and checked, and it was there, and they gave me my pair. But I'm like, really? You were about to like say they're all gone and like not let me get my pair after I just won it?
Yeah, but imagine if it was gone, because I've seen a situation like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know you probably have to keep your composure, but at a point, I think I might borderline, you know, spaz out a little bit. You know, I might call corporate and get my Karen haircut on, and I'm getting that pair. Something's happening, bro. Because I can't imagine that. Imagine that hitting on a raffle, going at the time that you're supposed to go, and then telling them that they sold the pair because they just backdoored all of it. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to react.
I would have a hard time keeping my composure.
Yeah, right? Exactly. He was using his mom credit card, and I believe using her account. Oh, with the Nike account?
Nike. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing, was her credit card and stuff like that. And he had like a freaking multi-million-dollar business in sneaker reselling. Flirt a little with the sneaker store employees. It'll take you a long way. Speaking from experience. All right, I'll keep that in my back pocket. Yeah, I mean, flirting with them. Like, if you get in Chick-fil-A and stuff like that, you're talking about, right? Or talking about flirting with the girl employees. What you talking about?
Yeah, like, hey, you want me to go get you a pretzel from across the mall? Like, I'll go get you one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. Little favors. A favor for a favor. You get me the shoe, I'll get you a pretzel. And that's a $3 pretzel. What do you guys think about the Nike GT Cut Fusion Red? To be honest with you, I've seen pictures of the Nike GT Cut, but I'm not too familiar with it. Do you know about the Nike GT Cut?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't know. I think that's more of a basketball sneaker. How do you feel about Nike basketball? Kobe's, LeBron's, Kevin Durant's. Do you have any in your collection?
I don't. Like, I started a little bit with LeBron's back in the day, like back when he was in Miami. I had some 9s, and then I think I had some 11s as well. But, you know, I played in those. I didn't really, like, collect those. And I feel like that's kind of a hard thing for, like, casual wears. Like, you know, Kobe's are great. KDs are great, Kyries are great, but like wearing those things casually, like it's not like it used to be, right? Because like performance, back in the day with like the Jordans and stuff like that, like those are vintage. Like there's a classic look about those. Like the new stuff that's out now, like the performance is top tier. But as far as like just wearing it as a street shoe, like it's just not something that I like to style very much.
Yeah. I grew up in the Nike basketball era, 2009 to 2013. So I saw, the LeBron 8-9s, 7-8-9s, the Kobe Grinches, KD Nerves, KD. So that Nike basketball has a special place in my heart. And sometimes I might pull out the LeBron South Beach with a pair of jeans, even though it's flagrant. I know people are gonna roast me in the comment section, but that was just what I used to wear back then. And sometimes I want to rewear that, relive it. But I love the South Beach LeBron 8s. That's one of my favorite LeBron's Nike basketball of all time. The Kobe Grinches, one of my favorite sneakers of all time. That's just that era for me specifically, being, growing up, being in high school, seeing other kids with that on their feet and wanting to have that pair. So that's why I have it. Some of these shoes are not even just for, looks wise. It's something that I have within me that's like, I always wanted that shoe, so I'm going to get it, And I know that might be,
absolutely,
it might not be the right thing to do because you're supposed to wear all your sneakers, but sometimes I just want to collect sneakers because it's something I missed out on in my childhood,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, there's pairs that I have that I don't wear, and some of those like Grail pairs that like are older, like if I were ever able to get, like, I think I mentioned earlier, like the friends and family Travis Scott Jordan 4s, I don't think I would wear those. Like, there's no way I'm putting a $40,000 shoe on my foot. Like, that's something that's just gonna sit, and like I'll show to people like, hey, look what I got. Like
$40K right here sitting.
Yep. That's a trophy piece. Like, that's not something that I would wear.
Oh, that's great. I see the Firebird 5s back there. I see silver or gray laces on that. I've never seen gray laces on that. What's up with that?
Raging Bulls.
Yeah, the Raging Bulls. What's up with that? I've never seen that.
These are just, my lace box, right? Like, I have all my extra laces that come with, different pairs and stuff. And I was like, digging through the lace box, doing a lace swap, I was like, those gray pairs, like those gray laces go pretty well on those things.
Hey, so. Kind of hits. I seen cream laces on them, but not gray.
Yeah, the gray, like, I don't know, it pulls in the tongue a little bit. You kind of get some gray tones with like the cage and stuff on the side, but like, I like it.
No, that's fire. That is fire. Oh crap! Love the stream. We just got a donation, $5.
There we go.
Oh man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I recently just got monetized, so I've been getting some donations from time to time. So thank you so much. Wow, that means a lot. Thank you so much. LOL. Get it any way I can. Whoever thinks I'm cute. All right, that's you, bro. Hey, I got a wife and I have a son too, so I can't risk that for some sneakers. We got Ricardo in the building. I hit on a raffle through Bodega, and they couldn't fulfill my order. They gave me a guaranteed win for the future to make it right. Ended up scoring on Travis Air Max 1s. Now, that's legit.
There you go.
That's legit.
There you go. That's customer service right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And I hope the raffle wasn't as good as the Travis Air Max 1. Air Max 1. So you came up, I hope. Right. I hope you didn't hit on some Travis fragments and then they gave you that, But that's still dope. Also got gifted the PG3 NASA edition. Does it go for a lot? I'm not sure. Paul George.
I'm not sure. I don't know PGs.
Yeah, I have one pair of Paul George sneakers. Let me close this out. Let me check that for you on StockX. I have the Paul George 2.5s, and the only reason why I got them was because it was a PlayStation. It's just typed in stock. PlayStation collab. And I thought it was fire because I love the PS1. I grew up playing on the PS1, and the tongues lit up, and it was fire. Yes. I like that collab. PG3 NASA's. Let's see. PG3 NASA's. Are they dead stock or were they gifted? They were Yeezy slides. Oh, that's a come up. Ricardo said the raffle he won was Yeezy slides. That's a come up. That's good.
There you go.
All right. So I have the Nike Paul George 3 NASA right here. Depending on your size, obviously that size 12.5 for $650 is not a real amount. Someone just threw that up there just for shits and giggles. But we see them going for 188, 215, 250, 240. So if they are DS, you got gifted around $200 pair of shoes. Even if they're new, used, I should say, still probably around 120, 150. So I mean, a gift is great no matter what it is, you know. Dead stock.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So dead stock. So $200 pair of sneakers. That's what they're asking for. Let's see. Where can I get the bid? Why is it not letting me see the bid? I don't know. That's weird. Nike. Oh, because I'm not signed in. Well, you have to just go on StockX and see what somebody is bidding for them, and then that'll be your true value. Size 12. Size 12, someone has it up for $237. So I'm guessing probably the highest bid is going to be around like $190, $200. Usually $20 less or so. So it's a good come up if you got those for a free gifted. But all right, so we have been live for about an hour. This is coming to the end of the stream. We're going to end it off with talking about reps, customs, UAs, inspired buys. What else they call them? I don't know. Bootleg is another word for them.
Bootlegs, Fugazi.
Yeah, Fugazi, all of that. So, what are your thoughts? We'll start off with reps, and then we'll get into some of like the shoe surgeon guy and Warren Lotus and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on reps?
So I understand it. Like I do. I get why people go that route. Just because like we were talking about earlier, like the resale game has kind of turned up the rep game a little bit because you can get a pair of shoes, like Travis Scott Jordan 1s. We'll just put those out there. I don't know what current resale is on those. Probably like 2K, almost 2K. Mm-hmm. And you go get a pair of reps for I don't know what reps even go for, but like I understand the appeal to that. But for me, like I'm not about that rep game because like my shoes, like I use those, they're assets, right? Like I will use those to move around and get like another pair of shoes that I want. Like if I buy a pair of fake Travis Scotts, like what am I going to be able to do with those after I don't want them anymore? Or like I can't like trade those for something else. Like once you like are in the rep game, like you're going to stay in the rep game unless you just like throw all that stuff away and start buying legit shoes. But yeah, like for me, like I said, it's all like I have no problem with people who like to rock them. Like if you want to wear a pair of reps, cool, do it. Mm-hmm. But don't try to like fool anybody. Don't try to sell reps as if they're real, and don't try to be like, I'm wearing these. These are legit. Like I got the friends and family Travis Scott 4s right here.
Like who you know? Reps. Who like, you know?
Yeah. Like Travis is my cousin. Like,
that's funny. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Reps, they serve a purpose. If you're gonna wear them, but if you're trying to build a collection off of that, like right now, if you turn around right behind you, you can possibly buy a nice car with everything you have right there.
Yes.
So if you got reps, you spent all that money and you can't buy anything really with that, So even if you bought a pair of Travis one mochas for $1,200 right when they first dropped, right? And right now they're $2,000. You could have worn that shoe 4 or 5 times and probably still made money, sold them for $1,500. You would have made money and you got your wares out of it. So yeah, selling reps as real, that's a no-no. And if you can't afford to get the shoe, I know my heart breaks out. I'm not super rich. My collection is built, through hard work, trading, buying this, buying that, and saving up. If you miss on a release, just go for the next week release. Like there's a shoe dropping every week. Yeah, be patient. Exactly. There's bricks, quote unquote bricks. People love to come on my comments and say those are bricks or no one likes those shoes. But there's tons of good sneakers that are selling right now, and if you wait a little bit longer, they might even go on sale. Green Bean 5s might hit outlets. We don't know.
And if you don't want them later, sell those 3 pairs that you got and go back and get that one that you missed. Like it's just got to do it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if you get this a lot, but people love to come in and say that your shoes are either fake. They point out the video could be 5 seconds. They don't even get a clear shot of the video. I could go like this, and they'd be like, "Yo, those Travises are fake." Like, how did you see? What did you see that was fake about these? Like, what? How did you see that if they were fake?
Yeah.
Or they come in and they say you're dumb for spending $2,000 on a pair of sneakers, but if we say you're dumb for spending $150 on reps, we're the bad guys. Where is it, right?
I don't know. There's always haters. Always haters. People that are gonna say like, yeah, those are fake. There's no way those are legit. And I get that a lot because they're like, oh, you're a teacher. You don't make a lot of money as a teacher. You're like, all your shoes are reps. I was like, okay, think what you think, man. Like they're all legit. I don't have to pull out receipts for you because like you're just some random person. But
yeah, exactly.
Like, Yeah, like, people always love to hate.
Yeah, that's how it is. Any specific streetwear designers you guys are into? Now, me personally, I'm off of that. I haven't really been keeping up with like newer designers. Obviously, you have all the big mainstream, Fear of God, Off White now, obviously, I mean, I guess Supreme isn't a streetwear designer. Yeah, Supreme is a skate. Yeah, I guess you could say Supreme. Whether they fell off or are still on, I don't know. That's a debate to have for another stream. Anything that you're interested in? Any low key, Eric Emanuel stuff like that?
Nothing,
No.
super big. I'm pretty basic with my stuff. I do like Kith's Monday program that they do with like their T-shirts and stuff that they drop sometimes.
God, Kif is
Got a few,
A1 all the time.
love them. Yeah, love them. So I got some of their shirts, but as far as like any other one specific, I don't like. Usually, I'm just looking for like something that looks good. Like I don't care what the designer is, as long as it's quality
Mm-hmm.
and as long as I like the piece, then yeah, I'll buy it. Even if it's at Target, like and something looks cool, like I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, no. Sometimes, a graphic tee might catch your eye and be like, "Yo, this is a fire graphic
Absolutely,
tee."
absolutely.
Now listen, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you from coming on the stream. It's been about an hour and 5 minutes. This is the end of the stream where we just basically let you, if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want to talk about, the floor is yours. Shout out whatever you want to shout out. Do your thing.
All right. Well, I mean, shout outs. Like, I mean, I could go on all day about shout outs. Like, shout out my family, letting me, set up all my sneakers here in the basement, wife not
That's a
giving me a
key
hard
shout
time
out.
about it. Shout out all the people who follow and support on the Instagram account. That's where I'm probably bigger than on TikTok.
Pull
And,
it up.
yeah, so I appreciate everybody, your kindness and, your admiration for things. Like, I don't do this for anybody. I don't do it for myself. I do it just because it's fun, right? Like I love to share my love for sneakers with everybody, and I appreciate all the support and kindness that you guys give me on IG, and just I can't say thank you enough for that. Shout out to a lot of my photography people that I've met on Instagram through doing that. Got my guy Nick Wilson, who's stellar photographer with sneakers and stuff. Um, Shout out also my guy Jerome 215 shooter. He's a stellar photographer as well. Does work for DTLR and a bunch of other stuff. He's got amazing work. Um,
Look at that. That's a W friend right there. Shouting out his friends. Let's get it. I love to see it,
yeah, I
bro.
mean these guys are legit because like when I first started coming into like the Instagram world with photography and stuff, there was a bunch of people already established in that realm, and they opened their arms and I asked questions and they gave me answers, and I really appreciate all the advice and stuff that they've given me with all that. So can't forget to shout those people out.
Oh no, I love to see it, and I want to give a big shout out to you for coming on the stream. Like I message so many people every single day. Yo, do you want to come on the stream? You want to come on the stream? And to see that you have a following of over 30,000, and to message a guy that has a following of like let's just say 1,000 or 2,000, and for him to leave me on red, and then for you to be able to go through your DMs. Like I know the guy that has 1,000 DMs. I mean 1,000 followers. His DMs is not flooded. Like you see
No,
my
no.
message. Like you just ignoring me, bro. Like stop ignoring me. And then for you, to take the time out of your day to show me love by coming on, the stream. It means a lot, and I really do appreciate it, bro. It really does mean a
Oh
lot.
yeah, absolutely. I'm always open to chop it up with anybody about sneakers, no matter I don't see numbers on Instagram or anything like that, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I see people, and I'm always down to connect with people and get to know people through sneakers.
Hey, no, listen, I'm looking forward to growing this friendship and learning a lot
Absolutely.
about photography and just cameras in general, bro. So
Hit me up.
I,
Yep.
I got you. Thank you so much. Listen, we have 7 people in the stream right now. If you are new here, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Again, check him out, 80_sneaks on IG. He has a TikTok as well. I see that he's doing his stuff over there on TikTok as well. Make sure to hit that sub button, hit that like button. I want to thank everybody that came through in the stream. If you guys missed the stream, I will be re-uploading this on YouTube as a playback so you guys can watch this and enjoy it that way if you missed it. But I do appreciate all the people that came through and chat. Thank you, Sevens, for the $4.99. It definitely does mean a lot that you came through and gifted that. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, guys, it's been the end of the stream. Peace out, guys.